Nand Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
कंप्यूटर
Prabhupada,
ऑडियो बहुत खराब है।
Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Is my voice not so clear?
Clear, Prabhuji, it is clear.
Voice is breaking?
No, no.
Okay, somebody said voice is not clear. Okay, fine. Hare Krishna, Prabhus.
Prabhuji, just 1 minute. I'll introduce you to all the devotees.
Hare Krishna.
So our today's speaker is Kadam Kanan Prabhuji. So I'll give a short
Today's not
introduction.
today's speaker. Not today's speaker.
Yes.
Or at least one section. So you'll have to tolerate me for a little longer time.
Yes, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, speaking about Prabhuji's education, Prabhuji has completed in 2005. Prabhuji ranked a 131 rank in Maharashtra CET entrance exam, and in 2010, Prabhuji has completed his information technology BE from PICT College, which is SPPU University, and in 2012, Prabhuji he secured rank 1 in College Tech Fest in field of artificial intelligence. And Prabhuji has also 4 years of corporate experience. He was in Persistent as a senior software developer, and he has also worked on US projects like module lead. He was module lead at IBM Neteza. And Prabhuji also has deep Shastric knowledge. He has deep philosophical study. Prabhuji has done his Bhakti Shastri in year 2014. In year 2017, Prabhuji has done his Bhakti Vaibhav, which is the deep study of Srimad Bhagavatam from first canto to sixth canto. And Prabhuji has also undergone training of giving these courses to others also. And Prabhuji has also started his Bhakti Vedant course as well. And speaking of welfare activities which Prabhuji has done, he is currently serving as project lead at Voice Center. And he has also offered Gita-based seminar for students of colleges like NIT Trichy, PICT, Bharati Vidyapeeth, VIT, MMCOE, MIT Pune, etc. And he has also organized many festivals for social, cultural, and spiritual revolutions. Prabhuji also guides many students and families across India for their personal and family life, and he has also conducted value education workshop and contest across more than 200 schools in India. And speaking of how Prabhuji came in Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji he was deeply inspired during his childhood times only from Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And now he's spreading the values from scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana. Yes. So we'll thank
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
He has given
This
his
is an
valuable
introduction
time
for
for us.
outsiders. This is an introduction for outsiders, but everyone knows the secret how we come to Krishna consciousness. We come to Krishna consciousness because of prasadam. We stay in Krishna consciousness because of Mahaprasad, and we continue also in Krishna consciousness because of prasad, either in the form of food or either in form of the mercy of the devotees. That's the wonderful secret. Sorry, actually today I have poor internet connectivity actually, bro, because so I'm in village and internet is little very poor here, but whatever we can do, it's fine. Okay, thank you very much for your words. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवै गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I'm feeling as if I'm giving a voice class only because all the devotees, most of the devotees I know here, I guess, because most of the devotees are from voice. But I feel some other devotees are some are currently not in voice or they're already in families, and so the previous batch was little more difficult. The previous batch because many grahasthas were there, many grahasthas and many Prabhujis, Matajis, families. But here now, I feel very homely and happy because devotees, most of the devotees are like already aware. So Prabhu, anyone can tell me what Amsha Prabhu had taken, Amtardeep Prabhuji had taken in the last class?
Prabhuji, it was orientation session, like what all we'll be learning and all.
Okay. And anything, the 12 M's for Shastric study was done,
Yes, Prabhuji, it was covered.
and the Radhanath Maharaj class was played.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, fine. So before we start, because we may have a longer journey, we may be there together for I think more than many sessions together, at least many weeks together. So you can just devotees can just introduction of all the devotees was also done last time. No.
No.
Okay. So devotees can introduce themselves before we start because today actually the next week onwards the more detail will go into quite deeper. Speed will increase very faster. Next week onwards we'll be having on 2 days right now. That is which day we have to finalize that also we can take a poll from the devotees. Any fixed days are decided already? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, or what is kids freedom to the audience?
Prabhuji had asked to take a poll Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Okay. Okay. So we can take the poll at the end of the lecture today's session that which days are suitable for the devotees and based on their working schedule and all. So devotees can introduce themselves, Prabhu, quickly so that all the classroom is aware of who all are participating. Okay, it may take some I think 5 minutes, but I think it's worth spending time that much. So devotees can tell something about uh, what we say, which year they got connected to Krishna consciousness, which year they got connected to Krishna consciousness, currently where are you located, and uh, that's all. Where you are located, your name. Yes, Prabhu. So we'll begin with senior most devotees, Prabhuji. I think Alkesh Prabhuji, Alkesh Kumar Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. I connected to Krishna consciousness in 2014. My name is Alkesh Kumar, and currently I am located in Ranchi, which is the capital of Jharkhand.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I think you are the senior most devotees here.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Ajinkya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Myself Ajinkya Varpe. I was connected in 2018 by our device program in Ahmednagar, and now I am in the Shinwarpet, Pune, under the guidance of the Amiya Madhusudan Prabhu.
Hari Bol. Right. Ajinkya Prabhu from Shaniwar. And then we have who else? Niranjan Prabhu is there. Okay, others. Anyone can, in any sequence, you can introduce yourself quickly.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My name is Arpit, and I am connected with the Vamshivat Voice. I am under the shelter of His Grace Amya Masan Prabhuji, and have been connected since 2015. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Arpit Prabhu ki jai. Yes, Prabhu. Anyone else? Okay,
Hare Krishna.
Tejas Prabhu, you can announce. Then they will introduce. Otherwise, they will be very shy. Devotees generally are very shy that who should speak. So you can just announce someone's name. Yeah. Yes.
So
Who
I'll
is
begin as sequence here. Abhijit Devgiri Prabhu can introduce. Prabhu, you are not clearly audible.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
My name is Abhijit Devgiri. Currently, I'm staying in DGD Voice, and I got connected to Krishna consciousness in 2019.
Thank you, Prabhu. So next is Ajinkya Varpe Prabhu.
He's already done.
Done. Akshay Kate Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Guruji. I am connected with GGD Wise from 2021 in lockdown, and I am currently located in Chakan. Am I audible, Guruji?
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Next is Arpit Prabhu.
Arpit Prabhu is done.
Alkesh Prabhu was.
Yes, I am also done, Prabhuji.
Yes. Ashish Prabhu. Okay, Ashish Prabhu as it is at his home, so he is not able to. And we'll move ahead.
Okay.
Ishwar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I got connected in 2019 through college preaching program under the guidance of His Grace Prahlad Prabhuji, and I am currently living in Mayapur Voice in Katraj, Pune.
So all other devotees of Mayapur Voice can introduce.
Myself, Vivek, I connected in 2021. I am under the shelter of His Grace Prahlad Prabhuji, staying in Mayapur, West Katraj.
Myself, Kaushik, I got connected in 2017 and shifted in 2019 to Voice, and I am currently under the guidance of His Grace Prahlad Prabhu in Mayapur, Voice, Pune.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My name is Karthik and I got connected in 2019. I'm currently living in Mayapur Voice under the shelter of His Grace Prahlad Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I got connected to Voice in 2019 and currently staying in Mayapur Voice under His Grace Prahlad Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I got connected in 2021 through college preaching. And I'm under the shelter of His Grace Prahlad Prabhuji in Mayapur.
Thank you. Anyone left from Mayapur? Okay. So next, Niranjan Darade Prabhu can introduce.
Okay, I think those videos. Sanket Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I got connected in year 2022 and I'm a member of Comfort Voice under the guidance of His Grace Sadhavat Prabhu.
And who? Which voice, Prabhu?
Vamshivat Voice.
Okay, Vamshivat voice. Prasad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My name is Prasad Purani. I got connected to GGD Voice in 2020-21, and now I am located in my hometown, Chhatrapati Sambhaji.
Okay. Then who is there? Omkar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I got connected in 2018 to SA Voice, and currently I am in Solapur.
Okay. Vaibhav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I was connected in 2019 through GG device. Currently, I am located in behind the NVCC temple and under the guidance of His Grace Subalpira Prabhuji. And my Grihastha counselor is His Grace Anand Baram Prabhuji.
Okay. Others can introduce. Ravi Prabhu is there. Rohan Prabhu, I think. Okay, I know many other devotees I know, I think. Ravi Prabhu, Rohan Prabhu, Shri Ram Prabhu, Vivek Prabhu, Akshay Prabhu, and I think all are from GGD Voice. And they are also and Ish. Tejas Prabhu, you can introduce yourself.
So I got connected in 2021 through college preaching, and Prahlad Pran Prabhu is my counselor, and currently I am in BYC Kharadi because of job.
Okay. So Rohan Prabhu is also Kharadi, na? Rohan Prabhu is also Kharadi?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And Vivek Prabhu is Kharadi? Vivek Prabhu is not Kharadi. Vivek Prabhu is different. Shri Ram Prabhu, where are you?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Currently, I'm living in Dravid.
Oh, Ravit. Hare Krishna. So I think majority of the devotees have come after around 2014 or 15. They got connected, or some of them have even 17, 18. So this is like a voice batch only. All of you, most of the voices are only there here. I think many more are going to join soon because many more applications have come, I guess. So today what we will do is, Prabhu, today we'll just quickly go through one small part of this Bhagavad Gita. So in this Bhakti Shastri course, it is said in the rainy season, like currently there is a very heavy winter here. I heard in Pune it is 4 degree. And here also the place I am there, it's very, very cold now. It is said in the rainy season, especially like in villages, if you go, because I am currently in the villages, so there are mud paths. There are mud paths. Like the roads are not made up of very proper cement roads and everything. And there are mud paths in villages. And many times, if mud paths are not very properly used, then what happens? They get covered with the grass. Like I remember a few months back, we had gone to Rajgarh Hill. Some of you might have gone for a trekking on the Rajgarh Hill. And it was like immediately after the rainy season, we had gone. So what had happened was, in the rainy season, in the mud paths, because the paths are made by the travelers, those who go for trekking. But after the rainy season, what happens? Because in rainy season, no one goes for the trekking there. Then that entire land was covered with the grasses and the road was almost disappeared. The road disappeared. So when the devotees went for the trekking there, it was very difficult to find out where to climb from. But if the path is being regularly used, then what happens? There is a road made there. And we come to know, okay, this is the path to go and climb to the hill. Similarly, it is said, this comparison Prabhupada only gives, when the scriptures are not studied for a long time, then what happens? Our knowledge, it gets covered by the grasses. And what are these grasses? The grasses of the bijas of speculation, the speculations of unwanted theories, political katha, social katha, so many things will cover up our mind. So that's why it is very important that scriptures are studied very time to time again and again. So currently we are undergoing this Bhakti Shastri course. So Bhakti Shastri's course, basically, it is said Shastras Krishna Swadhama Upagate Dharma Jnana Adibhisa. So why Shastras have come? So it is said Shastras have come only for one main purpose. That is, Shastras help person to transcend the miseries and go back home, back to Godhead. So as I mentioned that when the grass covers the path, it is very difficult to walk on the road. Similarly, when the clarity Shastras provide us with clarity. And if we do not study the Shastras very regularly, then the clarity goes away. So, especially now we are in the section of Bhagavad Gita, and yesterday being the Gita Jayanti. So, we are fortunate to start just the next day after the Gita Jayanti of this. Now, all of us, like His Grace Amshupru might have taken for all of us the 12, I think, 12 aims of Shastric study. So, there is a very beautiful lecture by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, why we are becoming, doing this Bhakti Shastri. So, all of us are going to get Shastri title after this. So, Tejas Prabhu will become Tejas Shette Shastri. You will get additional title after this. Why? Shastri is a very big title according to the, you might be knowing Chaturvedi, Dvivedi, Trivedi. So Shastri is also someone who is very, very expert in Shastras. So why we are at all doing this Bhakti Shastri? So Bhakti Shastri, it is said, it's a, there is a one very special mood which is being given here for doing this Bhakti Shastri course. And what is that? So it is said we can learn the mood of Bhagavad Gita study from one very special personality in South India. I think Prabhuji might have taken this. And that is, anyone knows who can tell us what is the right mood of study of Bhagavad Gita? Who is the person who can teach us from South India? Who is the person? Yes, Prabhu. Which Brahmana?
Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is said in Sri Rangam, at Sri Ranga Kshetra, there was a Brahmana who used to recite the Bhagavad Gita every day. But he was not able to pronounce the words so correctly. He was not very good in Sanskrit, not able to good in pronunciation. So people used to criticize him and laugh at him. And as soon as he used to read Bhagavad Gita, we find that his hairs used to stand on the end, and tears used to come out from his eyes, and his body used to shake again and again, and even a lot of sweat used to come from his body. So we find Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Lord Krishna himself, and he's a speaker of Bhagavad Gita himself. When he saw the Brahmana, he became very happy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very extremely pleased by seeing him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, what is that portion of Bhagavad Gita which is giving you so much joy? I find that many people study Bhagavad Gita, but it becomes very boring. Like all of us might have also attempted to read Bhagavad Gita. Initially, we are very excited to start reading. But then slowly we feel, अरे क्या चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग, ध्यान योग, क्यों इतना बता रहे? एक अर्जुन को सिर्फ फाइट करवाने के लिए इतना बताना पड़ रहा है, कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग, ध्यान योग, ये वो, मीन्स बिकम सो मच ना. अभी तक कंफ्यूजन चलता है. मेनी पीपल स्टार्ट रीडिंग भगवत, सबको ये कंफ्यूजन चलता है कि अरे क्या हो क्या रहा है. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फेस दिस डिफिकल्टी while रीडिंग गीता, दैट यू लूज द ट्रैक, यू फील दैट अरे सीक्वेंस क्या है, इसके बाद ये क्यों बोल रहे हैं ऐसा. You can raise your hands. You feel that you started reading Bhagavad Gita and you feel अरे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि क्या हो रहा है, right ना? This is a very difficult. So actually, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu once was sharing that what happens is, suppose you are sitting in the train. You are sitting in the train, and the train is traveling, and you are just sitting. आप बैठे हो, हमें पता नहीं चल रहा है हम कहाँ कहाँ जा रहे हैं, है ना? हमें पता नहीं चल रहा है एकदम ऐसा, इधर उधर इधर, कितना मैप, इंडिया का मैप, जैसे स्पेशली अगर जो लोग हावड़ा मायापुर जाते हैं, मायापुर का जर्नी बहुत बड़ा प्यूरिफाइंग जर्नी होता है. कभी कभी 35 घंटा 40 घंटा, और आजाद हिंद में जाओ तो बोलना ही क्या, सारे रिकॉर्ड्स ब्रेक कर देती है आजाद हिंद एक्सप्रेस, क्योंकि उसको आजादी मिल गई है. So then it went, and we don't come to know where we are going, which path we are going. Then what happens? But somebody looks at it from the top view. Then he understands, my God, इसने महाराष्ट्र क्रॉस किया, अब छत्तीसगढ़ घुसा, अब मध्य प्रदेश घुसा, अब इधर घुसा. The train, कैसे ट्रेन जा रही है? So when we are very close to the object, we cannot see the object, means we cannot see what actually we are seeing. Like somebody is standing very close to us, we don't understand his personality very properly. So sometimes one of the motto of this Bhakti Shastri course is also that it is not an alternative for your personal reading. Surely, this course is not an alternative for your personal reading. So the generally good practice is what? when we study any chapter, you take out some time and read your chapters personally, because for your personal relish, personal reading is the only best. But this course is especially to facilitate the reading of Bhagavad Gita. So what we'll be doing again and again here is we will get that distant view. मतलब टेलीस्कोप जो होता है एकदम पास का व्यू देता है, लेकिन हम थोड़ा दूर का व्यू जाएंगे, क्योंकि भगवद गीता में हम कभी कभी इतना अंदर घुस जाते हैं कि हमें समझ में नहीं आता कि क्या हो रहा है भगवद गीता के अंदर, क्यों जा रहा है। लेकिन जरा टॉप व्यू से देखेंगे तब समझेगा कि अर्जुन ने ऐसा कृष्ण क्यों पूछा और कृष्ण ने ऐसा उत्तर क्यों दिया, क्या है ये लॉजिक सीक्वेंस क्या है, ये समझने के लिए लाइक दिस हेल्प्स. So we know about this South Indian Brahmana. He tells us that he says, I am very illiterate actually. And I am reading Bhagavad Gita simply because my guru has told me. But when I read Bhagavad Gita and I see Krishna becoming the charioteer of Arjuna, and he's taking the reins in his hands, he appears, he's looking very beautiful and is very, very blackish. And seeing Krishna instructing Bhagavad Gita, I feel ecstasy. I get ecstasy on my body. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells him, actually, you are the one who are authority in study of Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because you have understood the purport of Bhagavad Gita. You have understood the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. You have understood that the prime object of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Krishna. So Krishna is only speaking the Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is only the prime object of Bhagavad Gita. Today, in the introduction, if you read the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes there are thousands of commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. But the only problem is Krishna has gone away from that subject matter. So here, the prime entity in Bhagavad Gita, the goal of Bhagavad Gita, the way to read Bhagavad Gita, he said is Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces him. And he said that Lord was very pleased by his devotion. And he was very happy to see him submissive to his guru's instruction. So one thing is, surely, today I am a very insignificant soul. So we cannot, I cannot say that I have understood, although Bhakti Vedanta is done, Bhakti Vaibhav is done, even teaching Bhakti Shastri is done once. But I can say actually, it is not that I have understood till now. I am also learning, and there are many things which I am also exploring. So whatever presentations, whatever discussions we'll have in the upcoming sessions will be based on discussions by Srila Prabhupada, surely. Prabhupada purports will get the 99%, 90% priority. Then also to better understand the links, we'll go through Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. We'll go through Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary. We'll also see through Gaurang. Just a minute, lot of noise here. So we'll go through Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's some study guide. Nowadays, Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's books are available, and they are like almost ready-made Cerelac food for the devotees. Then there is Gaurang Priya Prabhu's study guide is available. So this guide is also very helpful. So based on, and surely there is His Grace Radhesham Prabhu's PPTs are available. So all the combination of all those things, we'll try to present something. And many of you have much more better understanding because all of you are being guided by so many expert Vaishnavas. So in case if I'm wrong somewhere, so please help. So giving a brief overview of how we will be going, and so especially we are studying the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita in the first unit, which I'll be taking. So first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, it is said Bhagavad Gita is compared with a crown. It is said Bhagavad Gita is compared with a crown or a jewel, as a one golden box which has one secret treasure. Lot of secret treasure is put up in the golden box. There is one special box which has very, very secret treasure. So it is said 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita are divided into 3 parts. So the first 6 chapters, middle 6 chapters, and the last 6 chapters. So the first 6 chapters, they refer to Karma Yoga. The middle 6 chapters, they refer to the Jnana Yoga. And the middle 6 chapters refer to the secret thing that is like a diamond, and that is Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6 chapters, they refer to Jnana Yoga. So it is said, why Bhakti Yoga is given in the middle? Because Bhakti Yoga is a secret treasure. And something is a very secret treasure, it has to be protected. I remember in childhood, my mother used to give me sometimes 100 rupees, 200 rupees for a fees to be paid in the school or something to be purchased from the school or something like that. Then mother used to tell me, okay, beta, keep this 500 rupees note, 200 rupees note inside the middle page of the book. Don't put in the first, don't put in the last, so that it will remain proper. Something very important document to be preserved. We keep in the middle. Similarly, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is like a secret treasure, and that's why it is. This is a comparison given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that the most secret treasure is hidden. Now, when we discuss about yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Karma Yoga, so it is said yoga means to link one's consciousness with the supreme truth. So when the linking process contains lot of fruitive activities, it is called as Karma Yoga. So he said somebody wants to link with the Supreme Lord, but this link has lot of fruitive activities, lot of karma. Karma is there. Then it is called as Karma Yoga. When there is a lot of jnana involved in connection with the Lord, he wants to link with the Lord, but there is a jnana involved. That is called as Jnana Yoga. And when there is a lot of and there is only bhakti which is involved, pure bhakti which is involved, then it is called as Bhakti Yoga. So that is, and that's why it is a ultimate perfection of all yogas. Now, if you go through Srila Prabhupada's purports, translation, word for word meaning, even if you read any chapter, you will find only bhakti there. That's why sometimes, means in one way it is very good, because Bhakti Yoga is the topmost conclusion. Bhakti Yoga is the sum and substance of entire Bhagavad Gita. But when we go through Prabhupada's book, sometimes some devotees have difficulty that they feel अरे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कर्म योग एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है, निष्काम कर्म योग क्या होता है, अष्टांग योग क्या होता है, ये सब समझने में थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी हो जाता है. हमें सब कुछ भक्ति लगता है, हमें तो हर वर्ष भक्ति लगता है. ओके, एक वर्ष है भगवद गीता में, यत् करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम. कोई बता सकता है इसका मीनिंग? किसने सुना होगा ये श्लोक तो बिना देखे बताइए. You can frame out the meaning, may not be exact. Yeah.
Whatever you do in charity, whatever you eat, and please offer it to me as an act of sacrifice, O Arjun.
ओके, हाँ, तो सही लग रहा है ना श्लोक का? एकदम बिल्कुल सही श्लोक है. मतलब अच्छा श्लोक है. जो भी करो भगवान को अर्पित करके खाओ, जो भी सेवा करो भगवान को अर्पित करके करो, जो भी करना है सब कुछ. तो आप देखो भगवता का कोई भी श्लोक उठाओ, हमको भक्ति दिखता है उसमें. लेकिन अगर आप देखोगे तो ये श्लोक कौन से इसमें आता है प्रभु? कौन से चैप्टर में, कौन से चैप्टर या कौन से सेक्शन में आता है? कर्म योग सेक्शन. So this is more for a karma yogi. This shloka is more for a karma yogi. But Prabhupada puts it in such a beautiful manner that every shloka appears to be like a bhakti only to us. So हम कभी कभी कोट करते हैं ये श्लोक वो श्लोक, कभी कभी ज्ञान योग वाला श्लोक कोट करते हैं हम 13 चैप्टर. हाँ, यस प्रभु. Sorry, somebody speaking. Okay, Karthik Prabhu, you are speaking. Okay, fine. So every shloka appears to be like a bhakti yoga only. But we find, so we'll go through other acharyas' commentaries also, so that we understand what is actually bhakti, what is jnana, what is karma, and what we are supposed to practice. So the essential message of Bhagavad Gita is surely bhakti. And the first 6 chapters present how to attain bhakti by one's work. Because all of you are working devotees here. This is like a 99% or 90% of our time, or much more than 80% of our time goes in our work only. So much we have to do in go to company, work. And there is a not so much time available to practice the core devotional activities. So the first 6 chapters present how to attain bhakti by one's work. The last 6 chapters explain us how to get bhakti by knowledge. And the middle 6 chapters directly present bhakti. So this is the fascinating structure of Bhagavad Gita. And ultimately it concludes. Okay, let me ask now some questions to all of you. Suppose somebody asks you, what is the spirit of Bhagavad Gita? So what is the shloka generally we tell? Or what is the spirit of Bhagavad Gita? all of you have done your positive thinker and self manager and proactive leader and many courses are done. Spirit of Bhagavad Gita क्या आता है? Which is a shloka which tells spirit of Bhagavad Gita? Okay. Which is a shloka? Yes, Proji, please tell.
सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य. That's
Okay.
प्रभुजी
Okay.
कार्पण्य दोष पाहता स्वभाव.
मन.
Okay. Okay. What
Nashto
is
moha
essence?
smriti labdha. Nashto moha smriti labdha in 18th chapter. 18. So just to remove our ignorance and restore the intelligence.
Okay, Proji. So what is okay? I think this shloka is very famous. What is essence of Bhagavad Gita? Now you tell. Essence of Bhagavad Gita.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य
Okay.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो.
मन मना मत भक्त.
Man mana bhava mad bhakti is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And what is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita?
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य.
Sarvadharman Parityajya is the conclusion. Conclusion. And essence. The essence is the most important thing is man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. This is the most this is the essential message of Bhagavad Gita. That is bhakti. So now coming to the first 6 chapter, which we are going to discuss in the upcoming few weeks. So the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Today actually I have PPTs to show, but today I'm generally speaking more. In the next class presentation onwards, there are a lot of PPTs also involved, and some activities in between, some workshops, some quiz, many things are there. So because this is online Bhakti Shastri, so all these things have to be there. Otherwise, the best method of teaching actually is lecturing only. Although in teachers training course we teach na. In teachers training course we teach, ask some brainstorm questions, ask this, do that. That keeps the audience alive. And that is important nowadays, especially because all of us are trained in the Western methodologies of teaching. So it is helpful to do that way. But if you see, one of the best method of teaching actually is lecturing. Lecturing means tat shrudu. So, but nowadays, many of the working devotees will have a tough time. Some of the devotees will travel in the bus and they will hear. Some of the devotees will, I don't know what all things were happening behind. Some of them attend Mangal Aarti and also they hear on the Zoom. So it's a very tough time. So first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, that is primarily Karma Yoga. So what is Karma Yoga? So Karma Yoga means to perform one's prescribed duties. So whatever duties are prescribed according to one's varna and one's ashrama, to do them and offer them to Supreme Lord. So when such work, any work which is done with detachment from the results. So let's say I am doing some particular work, but I am attached to the results. Then that is not Nishkam. But if I am doing some particular work, occupational duty, but I do not have attachment to the results, that is called as Nishkam Karma Yoga. And now we know the entire in the first 6 chapters. In the first chapter we see. So I will be also taking in the next class some history of Mahabharata. So how many of you are already read Mahabharata, by the way? You know, little bit aware of Mahabharata. Some of you, anyone has read Mahabharata? Okay. So maybe I think
Serial
oh, 1 minute. I'll try to show you some Mahabharata little bit in the picture form. Mahabharata is very confusing also. So, but I also read after joining ashram because I was told by some devotee, don't read. It is sometimes very bewildering. Mahabharata. So I read after long time. This is a Mahabharata in short. So Mahabharata was written by Ganpati Appa and spoken by Vyasdev. So it begins from long ago from Shantanu. Oh, am I audible, bro, or its voice is breaking?
Audible.
It's audible, Prabhu.
Yeah. So Shantanu Maharaj, and Shantanu Maharaj has 2 wives. Shantanu Maharaj gets married with Ganga, and Shantanu Maharaj gets married with Satyavati. And Satyavati he gets married to Satyavati also. And then we know that Shantanu Maharaj and Ganga, they give birth to Bhishma Pitama, that is Devavrat, whom we call, that is Ganga Devi's son. And Shantanu Maharaj and Satyavati, they also give birth to Chitragandha, they gave birth to Vichitravirya, and Satyavati also begets another child by Parashar, that is Vedavyas. Then we know story of Ambika, Ambalika, and Ambika's maid, and Vichitravirya, that because there was a crisis that this Vichitravirya dies, and there is an entire that entire story of Vyasdev being called. Satyavati was in crisis. Satyavati said there is no powerful king to rule over the world. And then that time, and there was no one to continue the dynasty. And that time Satyavati invites Vedvyas, and through Vedvyas, we know Vedvyas Dhritarashtra was born, and Pandu was born, and Vidurji was born. Dhritarashtra gets married with Gandhari, and through Gandhari, Kauravas were born. Ambika gets married, Ambika gives birth to Pandu. Pandu gets married to two wives, Kunti and Madri, and then we know the five Pandavas were born. And Kunti also gets married to one in one way sun god, not married but produces one child through sun god, and that is Karna, Suryaputra Karna. And Madri gives birth to Nakul. So like this, this dynasty continues. And later we know that Draupadi gets married to Pandavas, and Subhadra also gets married to Arjun. Abhimanyu comes, and like this the entire history continues. So this is the beginning of Mahabharata. If you read Mahabharata, it starts with a very lot of romantic episodes in the beginning and very bewildering episodes in the beginning. So King Shantanu had this entire story. Okay, I'll take this section in the next class. The detailed way stories. In between, some stories will come. What our Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur tells. So coming to the section of the Karma Yoga. So we know the entire history that Arjuna, he becomes overwhelmed with compassion for his relatives, and he gives various reasons why he cannot fight. So in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, especially, all these reasons are coming. So then in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna sees Arjuna is very concerned, and then he gives he was very concerned. Then Krishna first gives him the knowledge of soul, then he gives the knowledge of Atmagnan, Sankhya Yoga, and he says, okay, you do your work. And he explains him Sakam Karma. And so basically all the shlokas related to soul, Nishkam Karma Yoga, Sita Prajna, Sakam Karma, this come in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then Arjuna again gets confused. Arjuna is getting confused. Actually, you told first renunciation is better. Then you are telling karma is better. I'm not able to understand what is better. Then again in third chapter, again Krishna explains that what is Nishkam Karma Yoga. He said Nishkam Karma Yoga is better than renunciation. Do not renounce your things life. Do not renounce your activities prematurely. Better you do Nishkam Karma Yoga. So Krishna in the third chapter, very powerful shlokas about lust come. That what is the biggest enemy for a conditioned soul? And he said, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajo Guna Samudbhava. So in the third chapter, this all shlokas come. So and then in the fourth chapter, then Krishna tells how to overcome this lust. And then in the fourth chapter, he says, by transcendental knowledge. Abhyasena tu yogena vairagyena chagrite. In the third chapter, he tells, and then he says by knowledge, by cultivating the knowledge. But this knowledge is not a normal knowledge. This knowledge is the transcendental knowledge. So he said, cultivate the transcendental knowledge. Then he tells about in the fourth chapter about how this knowledge was given to sun god, Vivashwan, Manu. And then again in the fourth chapter, the explanation of Karma Yogi, who is a Karma Yogi, who is a Jnana Yogi, again it comes. Again in the fourth chapter, we find in the fifth chapter, Arjuna is again getting confused. Like we all are getting confused. Arjuna is also getting confused. Arjuna says, I'm again confused whether I should karma yoga is better or sannyas yoga is better. That is, renunciation is better. Krishna says actually both are same only. Whether you take sannyas or whether do you karma yoga, both are same. But karma yoga is generally easier. Sannyas is little difficult. So he said actually even the true sannyasi is a nishkam karma yogi. So if you really want to, one of the very definition of a very easy definition of a sannyasi is, you know what, one who is not attached to the results of his activity. He simply does activities for the pleasure of Lord. That is the definition of sannyasi. So in one way, every one of us can become sannyasi, whether in whichever ashrama we plan to go future. But everyone can become sannyasi. How? That is, as Krishna says, true sannyasi means he is not attached to the results, and he such a person attains liberation. Then again Krishna explains about Ashtang Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Now from fifth chapter on sixth chapter onwards, Krishna focuses on Dhyana Yoga aspect of the Lord, Dhyana Yoga or Ashtang Yoga. And in the sixth chapter, Krishna explains about there are two stages to Dhyana Yoga, Yoga Rurukshu and Yoga Ruddha. That is a beginning stage and the advanced stage. And all these stages are meant for only one thing, that is to have a realization of Paramatma. So basically, in short, this is the journey of the 6 chapters which we are going to go through. And from 6th chapter onwards, Krishna will tell about Bhakti Yogi is the topmost yogi. That which loka is says? 6th chapter, that Yoginam api sarvesham mad gaten antaratmana. And then 7th chapter onwards, Krishna will speak directly Bhakti, that the topmost yogi is a Bhakti yogi. So our journey of the first 6 chapters will be like this. And that in the first, so today, because now we have only 10 minutes, we'll try to read the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita, because Srila Prabhupada has given this as a lecture in the form of a lecture in the Sydney. And this is a very vital also. So we'll go through the reading of at least setting the scene, dedication, preface, and introduction. Introduction is very big, but at least let's see we'll try to read setting the scene, and we'll also read the preface and introduction. You want to read Bhagavad Gita cover to cover, so that we don't miss Prabhupada's vital purpose. Okay, so what we can do is devotees in turn can read around three paragraphs, three or four paragraphs. One devotee can read. Quickly read. Tejas Prabhu will allocate. He will announce the name. Devotees can read. I'll share the screen. Yes, bro. This is the setting the scene. Who would like to begin? Please read.
Yes,
I'll
begin.
begin.
Hare Krishna. Setting
Although,
the scene.
yes, setting the scenes, although widely published and read by itself, Bhagavad Gita originally appears as an episode in the Mahabharata, the epic Sanskrit history of the ancient world. The Mahabharata tells of the events leading up to the present age of Kali. It was at the beginning.
Your voice is less. Is it that less audible for me or everyone?
For us as well, Prabhuji. It is not audible.
Okay, your voice is too low.
Although widely published and read by itself, Bhagavad Gita originally appears as an episode in the Mahabharata, the epic Sanskrit history of the ancient world. The Mahabharata tells of events leading up to the present age of Kali. It was at the beginning of this age, some 50 centuries ago, that Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to his friend and devotee, Arjun. Their discourse, one of the greatest philosophical and religious dialogue known to the man, took place just before the onset of war, a great fratricidal conflict between the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra and on the opposing side their cousins, the Pandavas, or sons of Pandu. Can you scroll down? Yes, yes. Dhritarashtra and Pandu were brothers born in the Kuru dynasty, descending from King Bharat, a former ruler of the earth, from whom the name Mahabharat derives. Because Dhritarashtra, the elder brother, was born blind, the throne that otherwise would have been his was passed down to the younger brother Pandu. When Pandu died at an early age, his 5 children, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev, came under the care of Dhritarashtra, who in effect became for the time being the king. Thus, the sons of Dhritarashtra and those of Pandu grew up in the same royal household. Both were trained in the military arts by the expert Drona and counseled by a revered grandfather of the clan, Bhishma. Yet the sons of Dhritarashtra, especially the eldest, Duryodhan, hated and envied the Pandavas. And the blind and weak-minded Dhritarashtra wanted his own sons, not those of Pandu, to inherit the kingdom.
Thus Duryodhan, with Dhritarashtra's consent, plotted to kill the young sons of Pandu, and it was only by the careful protection of their uncle Vidura and their cousin Lord Krishna that the Pandavas escaped the many attempts against their lives. Now, Lord Krishna was not an ordinary man, but the supreme Godhead himself, who had descended to earth and was playing the role of a prince in a contemporary dynasty. In this role, he was also the nephew of Pandu's wife Kunti, or Pritha, the mother of Pandavas. So, both as a relative and as the eternal upholder of religion, Krishna favored the righteous sons of Pandu and protected them. Ultimately, however, the clever Duryodhana challenged the Pandavas to a gambling match. In the course of that fateful tournament, Duryodhan and his brothers took possession of Draupadi, and the chaste and devoted wife of the Pandavas, and insultingly tried to strip her naked. Rojini. Tried to strip her naked before the entire assembly of princes and kings. Krishna's divine intervention saved her, but the gambling, which was rigged, cheated the Pandavas of their kingdom and forced them into 13 years of exile. Upon returning from exile, the Pandavas rightfully requested their kingdom from Duryodhana, who bluntly refused to yield it. Duty bound as princes to serve in public administration, the 5 Pandavas reduced their request to a mere 5 villages. But Duryodhana arrogantly replied that he wouldn't spare them enough land into which to drive a pin.
Throughout all this, the Pandavas have been consistently tolerant and forbearing, but now war seemed inevitable. Nonetheless, as the princes of the world divided, some siding with the sons of Dhritarashtra, other with the Pandavas, Krishna himself took the role of messenger for the sons of Pandu and went to the court of Dhritarashtra to plead for peace. When his pleas were refused, war was now certain. The Pandavas, men of the highest moral stature, recognized Krishna to be the supreme personality of Godhead, whereas the impious sons of Dhritarashtra did not. Yet Krishna offered to enter the war according to the desire of the antagonist. As God, he would not personally fight, but whoever so desired might avail himself of Krishna's army, and the other side could have Krishna himself as an advisor and a helper. Duryodhan, the political genius, snatched at Krishna's armed forces, while the Pandavas were equally eager to have Krishna himself. In this way, Krishna became the charioteer of Arjuna, taking it upon himself to drive the fabled bowman's chariot. This brings us to the point at which Bhagavad Gita begins. With the 2 armies arrayed ready for combat, and Dhritarashtra anxiously inquiring of his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? The scene is set with the only need for a brief note regarding this translation and commentary. The general pattern translators have followed in the rendering Bhagavad Gita into English has been to brush aside the person Krishna to make room for their own concepts and philosophies. The history of Mahabharata is taken as quaint mythology, and Krishna becoming a poetic device for presenting the ideas of some anonymous genius, or at the best, he becomes a minor historical personage. But the person Krishna is both the goal and the substance of Bhagavad Gita, so far as the Gita speaks of itself.
This translation, then, and the commentary that accompanies it propose to direct the reader to Krishna rather than away from him. The Bhagavad Gita thus becomes wholly consistent and comprehensible. Since Krishna is the speaker of Gita and its ultimate goal as well, Bhagavad Gita as it is thus presents this great scripture in its true terms.
Okay. So this was about setting the scene. So basically entire history of white works. So, I just thought to speak something about Shri Baldev Vidyabhushan. Maybe in the next class, while we start, maybe I can read, or because Srila Prabhupada has spoken greatly. He's dedicated this entire Bhagavad Gita to Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan. How many of you know about Baldev Vidyabhushan little bit? I think some of you might have seen the video, no? Drama. How many of you watched that drama where Baldev Vidyabhushan comes in picture, right? No? What was the name of the drama? Maro Savario Sarkar? No. What was the drama?
Yeah,
That was
Manu
on.
Sarvadu.
Ah, yeah. So basically, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, he was born in the 18th century, and he took birth in a place called as Remuna. Some of you are from Orissa, then you may know Remuna in the Balasore district. And as such, he was from a farmer family. Baldev Vidyabhushan was from the farmer family. And he received his education very meticulously in Sanskrit, in logic, and then later he accepted sannyas in Madhva Sampradaya at a very young age. And then he resided mainly at Jagannath Puri. Slowly, Baldev Vidyabhushan becomes a very great scholar, and he traveled all over India to all the holy places. So once what happens, when he was traveling to the holy places, he comes across one very great devotee of Lord, and Rasikanand Prabhu. Rasikanand Prabhu's one disciple, and his name was Radha Damodar Prabhu, something like that, Radha Damodar Prabhu. And it was by his interaction with Radha Damodar Prabhu and by experience of all these other devotees, he was so touched that soon Baldev Vidyabhushan wanted to take in the terms of he wanted to be a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Even although Gaudiya Vaishnava is a part of Madhva Sampradaya only, so in one way it is not called as deviation. So then he was very touched by the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then later we know he studied Jiva Goswami's books, and then he became one of the most intellectual person. So if you see in our entire parampara, Radha Damodar Goswami, he doesn't appear to be like a prominent person of our parampara, but he has written many chapters and pramanas and many different things which our Baldev Vidyabhushan has referred. So once upon a time, we know this very famous, I think in the drama it was also shown, that there is a very interesting story which showed the surrendered mood of Baldev Vidyabhushan, and and his desire to please his guru. So once Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was very old, and he went to the he sent Baldev Vidyabhushan to the conference of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Baldev Vidyabhushan had to prove the validity of Gaudiya Vaishnavism to the rest of the Vaishnava community from the scriptural point of view. And then he became duly authorized to speak on the matters of rituals, Vaishnava religion. And though he was preaching very powerfully, but nobody was ready to accept that your sampradaya is bona fide sampradaya, because you do not have commentary. You do not have commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita, it is said anyone to be authorized, it is very important that any sampradaya, they should have commentary on Gita, they should have commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So although Gaudiya Vaishnavism is bona fide, but they that time did not have any commentary on Bhagavad Gita also. So that time, then he said, if you want to prove, then either you do it within few days or your sampradaya will be demolished. And all the temples of Gaudiya Vaishnavas were taken back. And they said you will be banned. Like currently, ISKCON ban is a very big issue, na? And ISKCON ban in Bangladesh and all. So they said we'll ban the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And he said if you do not have commentary on, and then we know he wrote Govinda Bhashya in front of Radha Govinda Dev, and so he also wrote a commentary on Gita Bhushan. There is a very beautiful commentary of Baldev Vidyabhushan Prabhu on Bhagavad Gita, and that is Gita Bhushan. And our Srila Prabhupada has commented. He said our Srila Prabhupada has referred to those commentaries also in a very means majorly also. He has also referred to those commentaries also. So we owe a debt to Baldev Vidyabhushan also for his contribution. And if you know the parampara, so there is a disciplic succession which is given from starting from Lord Krishna himself. So there Baldev Vidyabhushan also comes as, although he's not directly part of our Diksha Sampradaya, he's part of our Shiksha Sampradaya. He's one of the prominent gurus there. So I think it's 8-5 and we have to take certain poll also. So Prabhu, in the next presentation onwards, do not worry. It will be more of a, we'll have a lot of discussions. We'll have some activities, we have some assignments, we have a homework for the day. Homework also will get. And then we have shloka test also. Many other things will come. Because today I will be in Pune next week, so it will be much more easier for me. So coming to the days of discussion, which day are better? Is Wednesday, Thursday okay? Or is Thursday, Friday okay? Or Monday, Tuesday? So how to take this poll, Prabhu? Shall we take right now or you take on WhatsApp group?
I'll take on WhatsApp, Prabhuji.
Okay, so in which days? Because I have to see my also convenience. I am okay for
Okay,
Monday.
I'll
I have Monday, Tuesday also is okay for me. Or Thursday, Wednesday is also okay. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, generally we try to avoid because that is the time when preachers come to voice, right? No? So even preachers come to your voice on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, majorly. So this is okay. Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, or
Monday,
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Wednesday. Monday to Thursday, we can any 2 days. We
Okay,
can.
Prabhuji. I'll take poll and tell you.
Yes, Prabhu. So thank you very much, Prabhu. So next time, also I request all of you that there is one beautiful lecture by Radhanath Maharaj on aims of Shastric study on Gaurang Prabhu. Gaurang Prabhu's one lecture is there, aims of Shastric study. Maybe if I get it, I'll send it to Tejas Prabhu. He'll post on the group. You can go through it. Very, very nice lecture directly by Radhanath Maharaj. What we should be very careful while doing Bhakti Shastri course. Very, very serious lecture of Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So maybe you can go through that. So very happy to be with all of you. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhu Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.